Morning, my people. How's everyone doing? It's Jacob on the one up top. And again, I'm on road settings. And I'm going to talk about yesterday's game. Before you do anything and watch any further, make sure that you're liking, subscribing, sharing, all of that. You all know what to do. Pardon me if I sound a bit groggy because it's the first thing in the morning, but I thought it's better for me to do it now with a clearer head than I had yesterday, because yesterday was a bundle of emotions, you know what I mean? Like at first, for the whole of the week, I thought we were already going out. Half time, I thought we was going out, do you know what I mean? I was all up in the WhatsApp groups being very defeatist, and rightly so. Shout out all the people in my WhatsApp groups, because I did go a bit mad, even though I thought we were going to go out, but that was just based on pure frustration, because as I said in my previous video, some things in football are just simple. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, there's a lot of other things in the background around football which I could never even fathom. But in general, it's normal stuff, And if you look at my previous video, essentially what I said is bang on, because we should have treated Marseille as a team we needed to score an away goal against. Because if we'd set out our stall and attacked them from the off, I felt we could have easily got a goal and it would have settled everyone's nerves, because Marseille would have to come out and attack. And we all saw what happened yesterday when they came out full attack and left a 2-on-2. We ended up getting the winner. So that would have happened a lot earlier. We would have picked them off a lot quicker and probably scored more goals. But as Tottenham always do, it's like we've got a rule these days that let's just sit off and see if you can score against us. We won't score against you. You just see if you can score against us. So for me, the way we set up is like, we'll take a 0-0 here. But it's not just in this game, it's in every game. We did it against Bournemouth. We did it against United. We did it against Newcastle. Once we go a goal or two down, that's when we start thinking, hold up, we better sort this one out. Surely it's easier to try and take the lead and then do all that. Do you know what I mean? Mourinho was a masterclass at that. When we had Mourinho, if we took the lead, we rarely lost. Conte's got better players with the same sort of system, so surely that he could do pretty much the same thing, but he refuses to. And it's been obvious in the last few games now that when we're a goal down and we decide, yep, we're going to push up 10 yards further up the pitch, we get results. Everybody's comfortable with it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, shout out people like Emerson Royal. I always cuss him out, but you can see he felt comfortable pushing up a little bit yesterday. He came on and made a difference, but the only reason he made a difference was because, for some strange reason, Conte thought, yeah, it's a great idea to play Ryan Sessegnon right wing back. The guy can't even defend at left wing back, so why are we playing him? He looked so uncomfortable, Nuno Tavares was going out on his outside, and if Tavares was a better player, as in delivering a bit more output, we could have been in real trouble yesterday. If I talk more about the game now, first half was it was literally Bournemouth again. Son was out of sorts again. Lucas Moura, as much as I love his energy, his first touch, I don't know where it's gone. Harry Kane was pretty much playing centre midfield, and Glenn Hoddle alluded to it. Like, why is everybody defending? I'd understand our tactics like that if we were 2-0 down. 2-0 up, sorry. If we was 2-0 up and Marseille need to score 3, do that all day. I don't mind, because you're literally saying it's attack against defence, but you've got to score 3, while we might pick you off. But we couldn't even counter, because when we were getting the ball, Harry Kane was in our half. And then, Son would get the ball and lose it by being pressed out or a bad touch. And so did Moira. So for the first half, it was attack against defence, but it's like we'd qualified out the group. So in hindsight, the first half proved my point that we were going out, because we were going out, fell asleep on a corner. It was a great corner by Marseille, if you ask me. They took it so quickly. I went to the fridge to go and get a beer, come back, and I could hear everyone going mad. So, the set piece was a brilliant one, if you ask me. Caught everyone off guard. They saw us all sleeping. 1-0. So, for me, I was stressed. I was getting to the point where I'm saying we're going out, and rightly so, because I've spent all week moaning about it. But shock horror, Tottenham need to go 1 or 2-0 down to get a performance out of the boys. And you know, we got an equaliser from Longley, and the rest was history. Now, obviously, I was jumping around because it was so tense. It was 1-1. I think every team in the group went top at one point. Every team in the group went top at one point, and every team in the group was either in the Europa League or out of the competition at one point. So it was stress. And you know, Tottenham being Tottenham, if you're a Tottenham fan and you've supported them as long as I do, and you're not defeatist, then I don't think you supported Tottenham that long, or I don't know what you've been doing, because for me, we always do what rival fans want us to do and bottle it. So I'm not going to have no faith. You know what I mean? It's like, you know the famous saying, if you keep repeating something and expecting the same result, you're going to lose the plot. And that's how I feel as being a Tottenham fan. Every season, oh, you know, we're going to get Champions League football. We could win a cup this season. We've got a world-class manager. We've been there too many times and no results. So, you know, it's a hard job being a Spurs fan, because you'll be down in the dumps thinking we're going out the Champions League, like yesterday at half-time. Come full-time, I've got my top off, throwing it at the telly. So it's one of those where I'm happy we're over it, we're through. You know, I had to compose myself because I was going a bit mad. Now, people that I was in WhatsApp groups or whatever would assume that I was going mad and getting cocky. When I look at it, it was just frustration. You know what I mean? Because I'm agreeing with everyone in all the groups that I'm in, saying we're going out, we're going out, we're going out. And in my mind, I didn't have 1 ounce of, you know, belief that we were going to go through. I just thought Marseille are going to get another one. You know, Kolasinac puts that header away, it's game over. Do you know what I mean? And he luckily missed. So shout out Arsenal. Cheers, Kolasinac. You know what I mean? Stick to bodyguard in Ozil, because that, you should have scored that. But yeah, like, I'm not. Yesterday I was overly happy, I can't lie. You know, I was jumping around just because of the frustration. You know, 1 minute we was out of the group and next minute we've topped it. But when I deep it, things have still got to change. You know what I mean? Like, we've got Liverpool next. Now, Liverpool in dire straits, you know. They're not doing great in the Premier League, but Champions League, I think they topped their group. And for me, you know, Liverpool have had bad seasons in the Premier League and gone and won the Champions League. So don't write them off for that competition, trust me. But we've got to be on point with Liverpool. You know, if there's ever a time for Spurs to beat Liverpool, because we haven't got a great record against them. I think the last time we beat them, I think it was 4-1 and Lovren had a stinker, I think, and that was at Wembley, so that's how long ago it was. Since then, I don't think we've beat them. We've had a couple of draws here and there. But if you're gonna, you know, I said it when we played Arsenal, if you're gonna, you need to impose yourself to win the game. We didn't do it, lost 3-1. Got to do it, not just in this game, in every game. It's pretty obvious that if you flip the tactics around on their head and say, right, we're going to press and go and get the ball and go and take a lead, go and take a 2-0, and then sit off and bring on, if you want to, your Emerson Royals, your Basumas. If you want to do that, once we've tried to win the game, that's cool. Don't do it the other way around, you know, because Marseille on another night, Kolasinac scores that, we're out. Do you know what I mean? Because we would have deflated, the crowd would have gone mad, we're out. So my viewpoint on it is this, that Conte, for me, with these performances, I know the players haven't been great, but he's got to take ownership on this, because it's pretty obvious that he's not setting them out to press in the first half, and then when we're playing crap or we're losing, that's when he decides to go gung-ho. But then he's going to get to the point where we're just going to we're going to get found out at some point. We got found out against Newcastle. We tried that and thought we'll sit in against Newcastle and they won't score. They took a 2-0 lead and did the same thing to us. So Newcastle did to us what we should be doing in general. Go for the win. Just go for the win. Go for the goal. You know, we've got Kane, we've got Son, we've got Lucas Moura, Kulusevski when he comes back. We've got Højbjerg banging goals. Why are we not going for the goal first? Go for the jugular and then sit off. It's pretty simple if you ask me. But again, I'm not. There's a reason why Conte's a world-class manager and I'm on my way to work. So again, like I say, happy to go through to Champions League, but I had to do this video today in the morning when my mind's fresh and clear, because I'm not 1,000% happy with what happened yesterday. It's pretty similar to the Bournemouth feeling. You know, I was happy that we got the win. We dug in from 3-2, but we can't keep digging in, you know, because our you know, when we're playing the top 6 sides or in the latter stage of the Champions League, whoever we get, if you're going to sit off and take a 2-0 lead, you're going out. You know, you're going out of the competition. If you're going to go and play Liverpool at the weekend and you decide, yeah, we'll sit off them and Salah bangs too, you're not winning. Do you know what I mean? So we need to stop this like, oh yeah, come and attack us. Why don't we go and attack them? We've got the players. It's pretty obvious that when we've dug out performances and played well, it's because we've been on the front foot. Like, how am I seeing it? How are other Tottenham fans seeing it? But Conte, I can guarantee you, will go into that Liverpool game and sit off. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind you sitting off, but do it in spells. Don't do it for a whole half where everybody's booing. You know, and not even everyone booing. You can see the players aren't even comfortable with it. So we need to fix that up. You know, good performance. I hope the boys take the energy out of that game into the Liverpool game. And I hope Conte realises that it's time to press. Do you know what I mean? No, stop all this rubbish of defending like dinosaurs and let's press like lions and go and get the ball. Simple as that. It's Jacob, sign up for the One on Top. Have a blessed Wednesday.